Welcome to Kyle's Fantasy Football Recap with Kyle.
All right, welcome everybody to another week of Kyle's Fantasy Football Recap. It's week 2 in the books, so without further delay, let's get right to the action recap. So this week, we'll start at the bottom. Kind of a boring week. I don't think anything was really decided on Monday. I think everything was pretty well in hand after Sunday, so it wasn't like the most exciting week ever, but you know, that's how it goes. So we had Thad and Dave go at it, and let's see, Thad here, he had Juju Smith-Schuster with 27, McCaffrey with 23, and the Chargers with 21. And anybody else, when they see Chargers or anybody who's a San Diego Charger and it says LAC, does anybody else think Clippers? I think Clippers, and I want to call them the Clippers, but no, they're the Chargers. So anyways, 21 points for their defense for Thad, and with the big win over Dave. Nothing exciting on Dave's team. Drew Brees, 18 points. Nobody really sucked super bad. So just kind of an average outing for Dave there. So, and then we had Adam and Jared. Jared put up a lot of points, but still comes up with a loss, 138 to 163. Good job, Adam, on your team. Adam led by Ben Roethlisberger with 37. Todd Gurley with 31. And the Thielen guy with 26 for Adam, so a bunch of high scorers there. And then Jared, of course, led by Chicago defense, homer pick for him, so good for him. It's always, if you lose, you might as well lose with your team doing well. So congrats to him. And then AJ Green with 27 to start off the Thursday game for him, but not enough to overcome Big Adam. So good job, Big Adam. Let's see here. Then we got Justin and Eli. Justin with the bad week. DeAndre Hopkins, 19 points for him. And again, nobody else really doing great or terrible for him. And then Eli with Kirk Cousins leading the way with 34 points, overcoming the 1 point scored for him by New England's defense. So lucked out there. Comes away with the win, 121 to 89. Good job, Eli. And then Kelly and Bobby. So Kelly had a monster week behind Patrick Mahomes, 45 points for him, and the Rams defense with 31. So big week for Kelly. And then Bobby, he had Travis Kelce with 26, looks like, but not enough there to help him out. So, and then of course, I was happy scoring a lot of points last week, but then I ended up scoring the least this week. So not much of a not putting up much of a championship effort this week. Gronkowski only 3 points. My kicker tweaked his leg before the game, so it didn't even help me out. Wouldn't have mattered. Big week for Brian. Stephon Diggs, 31 points for him. Cam Newton with 28 for him. And just a big week for Brian, so congrats to him. So check out our first real look at the standings. Brian out in front, 2-0. A lot of points for Brian. So Brian's the man. Followed by Eli. Eli's didn't make the playoffs last year, but he's starting off strong this year. A big 2-0 start for Eli. So good job. And then we got a bunch of us here in the mix, 1-1. Adam, Bobby, so Thad and Dave both with the same amount of points also. So they're really tied. And then Kelly and then Justin here scoring 184. He's a ways back, but so he's in 8th. And then me and my friend Jared bringing up the rear here. So Jared, 9th place, and your champion, Kyle, in 10th. So okay, yeah, once again, I'm to this point, and I should have looked ahead to this week's matchups, but I didn't do that. So check it out. Check out this week's matchups. We're looking for another exciting week, week 3. Week 3, I believe, is when it all began for Kyle's Fantasy Football Recap last year. I think week 3 was the first week I did it, so now I've done a full year's worth, and I'm happy to be back for the second year. So anyways, yeah, best of luck to all, and we'll catch you next week on Kyle's Fantasy Football Recap with Kyle.